Hello, welcome to Teacher Sula channel of Learning Biology. For today we are going to learn nutrition in animal form 2. Before we proceed, you have to subscribe so that you can get more lessons about biology. Now let us proceed. As I told you, our topic is nutrition in animal. Now, before we proceed, let us see the competence that you have to develop after learning this topic of nutrition. The competence developed will enable you to maintain the good eating habit. That will enable you to get the good well-being of your body. Then, by doing that, you will avoid the risk of getting nutritional diseases and disorders. Now, let us proceed. What is nutrition? Nutrition refers to the study of relationship between diet, health, and disease. Refers to study of relationship between diet, health, and disease. We have two types of nutrition. Number 1, autotrophic nutrition. Number 2, heterotrophic nutrition. Because we are going to deal with nutrition in animal, we are going to learn more about the heterotrophic nutrition. Let us start. Heterotrophic nutrition, this organism or is a mode of nutrition that cannot make their own food. They are always depending on other food and other organisms for getting food. So these organisms are known as heterotrophs. They consume other organisms in order to get food. Now, they don't have ability to make their own food. Examples, human beings, animals, fungi, and so on. Now, let us see types of heterotrophic nutrition. We have 3 types of heterotrophic nutrition. Number 1, holozoic nutrition. Number 2, saprophytic nutrition. Number 3, symbiosis nutrition. Let us start with holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition, this is a mode of nutrition that involves taking complex foods, substances that digesting, absorbing, and assimilating that food nutrition into the organism body. So this form of nutrition involves of taking complex food. After absorbing it, after taking it, digesting, absorbing, then assimilating nutrient into organism bodies. Holozoic mode of nutrition, it have different mode of feeding. Number 1, the mode of feeding is carnivorous. Number 2, herbivorous. Number 3, omnivorous. This one are the mode of feeding of holozoic nutrition. Remember, we are in holozoic nutrition, that is type number 1 of heterotrophic nutrition. Now, the first we call it A, carnivorous. This is a mode of feeding of holozoic nutrition whereby whereby animal eat other animals. For example, we can see lion, leopards. These are organisms that feed or eat other organisms. And those organisms that kill or that eat other organisms known as predators. And that eaten, hunted, they are known as prey. Number 2, herbivorous. Herbivorous, these are kind of mode of feeding that organism or animal eating plants. For example, grasshoppers, cattle, goats, giraffe. Those are kind of organisms that eat plants. Now they are feeding by eating plant species. They are known as opportunistic feeders because they feed on varieties of food sources. Those are omnivorous, the part number 3. Omnivorous, animal feed on both plant and animal, sometimes known as opportunistic feeders. because they feed on varieties of food, they feed on plant, they feed on animal. That's why they are known as omnivorous or opportunistic feeders. Let us move to type number 2 of heterotrophic nutrition. That is saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition is a mode of feeding in which organisms feed on decaying organic matter. Decaying organic matter can be animal, plants, and so on. Examples of organisms that feed on decaying organic matter, they are known as mushrooms that grow on logs. Also, there is bread mold that grow on breads. Those are examples of organisms that feed on decaying organic matters. How they feed on these organic matters? They release digestive enzymes to the decomposing material, that converting the decomposing material, which is in form of starch, to become in form of glucose that is suitable, or it is easily for diffusion to those organisms. Now, let us proceed with number 3, symbiotic nutrition. The number 3 type of nutrition is known as types of heterotrophic nutrition is known as symbiotic nutrition. Now, this symbiotic mode of nutrition is a feeding relationship between two species in which one benefits or both benefit. That is symbiosis or symbiotic nutrition is a feeding relationship in which between two different species, but one can benefit or both can benefit. Now let us see the forms of symbiosis. Form of symbiosis, we have 3 forms of symbiosis. Let us start with A, known as commensalism. Commensalism is a form of symbiosis, is a feeding relationship between individuals of two different species, in which one species benefits while the other or neither harmed or no benefit. Is a feeding relationship whereby two different species on which one benefits and other no harmed or no benefits. And when we talk about benefits, it can be food, shelter, transport, supports. Example of commensalism is epiphytes, plants that grow on the trees and benefit for food and exposure of sunlight without killing that plant, without getting harm to the plant. That is a good example of commensalism. Also, there is the molar fish. These are small fish which are found in salt water. These smaller fish, they always found on shark for transport. So, example of commensalism. Number B, mutualism. Mutualism is a form of symbiosis. It is a relationship between two species in which both species are mutually benefiting. Both two are mutually benefits. And this form of mutualism is mostly seen in bacteria that are living in the guts of goats or sheep or cattle or cow. Now, these bacteria, they're getting food from cow, but cow, it gets digestive enzymes that help cows to digest cellulose. Now, both are benefiting. These are mutualism. The last one, number C, is parasitism mode of nutrition. Parasitism mode of nutrition is a relation between two species whereby one benefits and other are harmed. For example, the tapeworms that live in human guts. Tapeworm gets food from human guts, while human being is harmed by getting sick. This is parasitism. One benefits, one harmed. And the one which benefit is known as parasites, and the one which is harmed is known as host cell. Also, in the concept of parasitism or parasitic mode of nutrition, we can learn something known as endoparasites and ectoparasites. Endoparasites live inside of the body, but ectoparasites live outside of the body. Example of ectoparasite, you can see ticks, flies that live on the cows and other animals, and also can found on birds. Thank you for listening this topic of nutrition in animal. I know it is helpful, so you have to subscribe, view, subscribe, comment if you have any question, like, so that you can get more videos or more lessons about lessons of biology and other tips that related to biology. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.